Ukraine has unveiled what appears to be an upgraded version of its homegrown Neptune cruise missile. The long-range version of the R-360 Neptune, known as the Long Neptune, was tested in March of this year and defeats the enemy at a range of 1,000 kilometers, 620 miles. But despite the fact that its development has been known since November 2023, there was no image of it until now. Footage published by the state-run Zbroya weapons portal shows what looks like a larger, upgraded model of the original Neptune, among other domestically produced weapons. The video footage was released on Ukraine's Independence Day. Zbroya wrote on social media, "To be independent, you need to be strong, and the strong one is the one who has weapons." In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why Long Neptune is a nightmare for Russia. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The R-360 Neptune is a subsonic truck-launched weapon made by the Ukrainian defense manufacturer Luch Design Bureau. It was initially designed as an anti-ship missile based on the Soviet-era Kh-35 and has since been modified to strike land targets too. When deployed, a Neptune coastal defense system comprises a USPU-360 truck-based mobile launcher, 4 missiles, a TZM-360 transport reload vehicle, a RCP-360 command and control vehicle, and a special cargo vehicle. The system is designed to operate up to 25 kilometers or 16 miles inland of the coastline. Neptune missile includes a rocket motor that is 5.05 meters, 16 feet 7 inches, in length with a cross-shaped hard wing. A single missile weighs 870 kilograms, 1,920 pounds, of which 150 kilograms, 330 pounds, is the warhead. The missile has a range of nearly 200 miles or 320 kilometers. Viewers may note that Neptune was used to sink Russian Black Sea Fleet's flagship Moskva. Neptune, though being a subsonic missile, was able to hit Moskva despite the fact that the warship had a triple-layered air defense system. It seems the missile has an excellent low-altitude flight profile that enables it to take on highly protected targets. The planning by Ukrainians must also be appreciated since it seems they pre-programmed the missile to follow a route that could enable it to evade most of the Russian short and medium-range sensors present in the region. This event was a major embarrassment for Russia and big win for Ukraine. Amid Russia's full-scale invasion, Ukraine began developing an upgraded version of its Neptune missile system to extend its capabilities beyond coastal defense. Former Defense Minister Rustem Umerov stated last year that the munitions were being modified for longer-range strikes and that serial production had been expanded to meet battlefield demands. By March, President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed that the new variant, dubbed the Long Neptune, had been successfully tested and already employed in combat operations. Although official specifications remain classified, earlier announcements suggested a maximum range of around 1,000 kilometers, 620 miles, and a shift in focus from anti-ship missions to striking land targets deep within enemy territory. If Ukrainian forces have indeed been firing the Long Neptune since March, its deployment would no longer be a surprise to Russian planners, but the system's performance on the battlefield remains closely watched. A visual comparison between the Long Neptune and its predecessor, the R-360 anti-ship missile, offers clues about the design changes. The missile's rear section, housing the engine, appears largely unchanged and can be used as a reference point for scale. From this, experts estimate the Long Neptune's length at over 6 meters without a booster, approximately 1.5 meters longer than the R-360. The fuselage has also been widened, with the missile's diameter increased from 38 centimeters to roughly 50 centimeters, allowing for greater fuel capacity and thus extended range. Interestingly, the nose retains its earlier proportions, indicating that much of the redesign focused on endurance rather than aerodynamics. The wings and tail surfaces have also grown in size to stabilize the missile's increased mass during flight. While the R-360 carried a 150-kilogram warhead, the payload capacity of the Long Neptune remains undisclosed. Since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion, Ukraine has relied heavily on Western military aid to bolster its defense. Initially, this assistance came in the form of short-range weapons and defensive systems aimed at stopping Russian advances close to the front. Over time, however, the scope of support widened to include more advanced medium and long-range strike systems. Among the most notable have been the U.S.-supplied Army Tactical Missile System and the Anglo-French Storm Shadow Scalp cruise missiles, both of which significantly enhance Ukraine's ability to hit high-value targets well behind Russian lines. Yet these deliveries came with strict caveats. Washington, London, and Paris imposed firm restrictions preventing Ukraine from employing these weapons against targets inside internationally recognized Russian territory. Faced with this constraint, Kyiv has redoubled efforts to advance its own indigenous missile programs. Among the most prominent are the Sapson Ballistic Missile Project and the Flamingo Long-Range Cruise Missile. By investing in domestic production, Ukraine seeks not only to expand its strike reach, but also to ensure that its capabilities are free from the political restrictions tied to foreign aid. In this way, Ukraine is steadily building an independent arsenal designed to hold at risk critical Russian infrastructure and command nodes, even beyond the front lines. Long Neptune is another step in that direction. The upgrade marks a major leap in Ukraine's indigenous missile development, converting what was once a coastal defense system into a long-range strike weapon capable of reaching and threatening high-value targets deep within Russian-controlled territory. Russian defense are hard-pressed with many Ukrainian strikes going through, and if Long Neptune could be deployed in large numbers, things could get bad. Until now, Russia has enjoyed relative sanctuary when launching missile and drone strikes from within its own territory. The Long Neptune, capable of striking targets at ranges of up to 1,000 kilometers, changes this equation. This weakens Moscow's narrative of invulnerability and increases political pressure on the Kremlin, especially if strikes reach iconic or strategically important Russian targets.